Nearly a month through the NBA season and the Golden State Warriors have certainly left their mark, proving one of the biggest surprises in the league despite Monday's 102-99 loss to the LA Clippers. The Warriors have utilized much of their deep roster, with Steve Kerr often going to an 11 or 12-man rotation that's also allowed them to cover a number of injuries they've encountered early in the season. Regrading the Warriors offseason thanks to a mixture of good management and perhaps some good fortune, Mike Dunleavy Jr. and the front office are earning praise for how they've built this roster. In late August we graded each move that was made during the offseason, so let's have a look at how things have changed during the first month of the season. Trade for Lindy Waters III. The first and perhaps most underrated move of the offseason. Golden State essentially just acquired Lindy Waters III from the Oklahoma City Thunder. Waters was always seen as a potentially valuable acquisition, but his impact has been better than expected. He hit a game-winning buzzer beater in the first preseason game against the LA Clippers, with his best performance coming when he was arguably the Warriors' best player in a 21-point outing against the New Orleans Pelicans. The 27-year-old has started the last two games, and while he may still be out of a fully healthy Golden State rotation, he would be a runaway winner for 13th Man of the Year if such an award existed. Previous grade, the new grade. A drafted Clinton Post. The Warriors bought back the 52nd overall pick they gave up for Waters and drafted Boston College big man Clinton Post. With a combination of 7-foot size and perimeter shooting ability, Post remains an intriguing talent on the Golden State roster. What we saw in preseason though was someone who appeared a while away from being a legitimate rotation player, even despite the fact Post is already 24 years old. He is averaging a double-double in 3 G League games, putting up 18 points, 10.7 rebounds and 3.0 assists, but shooting just 40% from the floor and 19% from three-point range. It's hard to have too many expectations on a young, two-way contracted rookie, but post-preseason form was perhaps a little disappointing. Previous grade, the new grade. We signed Reece Beekman to two-way contract. The Warriors quickly signed Reece Beekman to a two-way contract after he went undrafted in June. There was some disappointment among fans that he was held on the roster ahead of Dequan Plowden, particularly after he was injured and didn't show a lot during Summer League. However, the young guard has impressed through the first 2 G League games, averaging 22.5 points, 5.5 rebounds and 7.5 assists. There's a long to go before Beekman is playing genuine rotation minutes for Golden State, yet there's some tools there to suggest they should persist. Previous grade, C new grade, C+ signed DeAnthony Melton, and free agency injury was perhaps the only reason the Warriors were able to afford DeAnthony Melton in free agency, having signed the 26-year-old to a 1-year, $12.8 million deal after playing just 38 games with the Philadelphia 76ers last season. Unfortunately, the injury issues have continued, with Melton now out with an ACL sprain after previously missing 5 games due to the back issue. Melton has impressed in the 6 games he has played, and looked like the long-term starter next to Stephen Curry in the backcourt before his latest injury. The downgrade here has nothing to do with Melton's playing ability, but simply his inability to stay on the floor so far this season. Previous grade, a new grade. The 6-team sign and trade after Klay Thompson signaled his intention to depart for the Dallas Mavericks. The Warriors quickly pivoted and were one of 6 teams involved in a sign and trade that brought Buddy Hield and Kyle Anderson to the Bay. The pair were always likely to be valuable rotation players, yet few would have expected Hield to become one of the 6th Man of the Year favorites and currently averaging 16.9 points on 49.1% shooting from the floor and 46.2% from three-point range. Add in Anderson's versatility on both ends of the floor and the Warriors couldn't have done much more into turning Thompson's departure into a huge win so far. Previous grade, B new grade, A.